Howdy, everyone. Welcome to Tilson Homes. It is Tuesday. It's 2 o'clock. We are live on YouTube, live on Facebook, as we are each and every single week. It is Tilson Live because it is Tuesday. It is 2. So jump in. Tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, what part of the process you are in. I'm Eric Allard, part of the fourth generation of the Tilson family, joined as I am each and every single week by the great, the marvelous, the wonderful Dawn Dantzler, Vice President of Marketing and Customer Experience for Tilson Homes. Hello, Dawn.
Hey, Eric. How's it going?
Oh, it's going well. It's going well. We were gone for a little bit. We had a couple weeks out, but we are back. We have some phenomenal things to show and talk about with our family here. So, folks, jump in. Tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, what part of the process you are in. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube, as we are each and every single Tuesday at 2 o'clock, apart from the last 2 Tuesdays. But more or less every single Tuesday, we are here to talk about all things building on your land. So if you are considering building a custom home on your land somewhere in Texas, anywhere really, but somewhere in Texas, you're at the right spot. We are here to talk about all of those things. If you have questions about design, you have questions about customization, you have questions about construction, site preparation, financing, anything that you can think about regarding building a home on your land, because it's quite different than buying one that's already built, buying a used home, or buying a home in a master planned community. Yeah, you want to do your own thing.
Someone else has made all the decisions for you.
Yeah. You don't need anybody telling you what day your trash has to be off the street. Nobody telling you what color your front door has to be within reason. And some things like that. That's why we're here, to answer all of those questions. And there's lots of them. And there are no bad questions. The only bad questions are the
ones you don't ask.
Ones you don't ask. All right, folks. So do jump in. Tell us where you are watching from, where you are building, what part of the process you are in. While you're doing that, Dawn's going to tell us what we're talking about today, aside from any questions you guys might have. But Dawn, what in the world are we talking about today? It's a real treat.
So it is my favorite. We are talking about a customer's home. So we have another home tour to share with you guys, and it is a Cisco, which is one of our newer plans. So one that we haven't been able to share with you guys before. And this family made a lot of great changes. They've got, lakefront property in Navarro County.
On the water.
Yes, right on the water. So beautiful, gorgeous home. And they made some really cool customizations that I'm excited to share with everybody.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, yeah, so we're going to talk about the Cisco, very new plan, beautiful customization these folks did. Awesome, awesome piece of property that they let us build this thing on. So you're in for a real treat today. This is going to be great. So jump in again. Tell us where you're watching from, where you're building part of the process you are in, and we are going to cover all those things. But Dawn, who is joining us today?
Let's see. All right. So far, everybody I'm seeing is coming in from YouTube. So if you're on Facebook, if you could just give me a hi and let me know that we're connected. All right. I'd appreciate it. But first, we've got Kevin coming in. Hi from Irving, Texas. We're looking to build in the Duncanville, DeSoto, Cedar Hill, Dallas County area. Awesome.
Perfect.
Thanks for joining us. We've got Margaret, who's in Dallas and building in Tyler. Wonderful. We've got Misty. Hello from Mansfield, building the San Jacinto XL in Hood County. Appliances are scheduled for next week.
Oh, you are knocking on the door.
You guys are coming in on the end there. How exciting.
Done.
We've got Yesenia and Hunt County. Don't have land yet. Looking forward to hearing all about the EasyBuy program.
We can talk about that.
Yes, we can. We got First Man coming over from YouTube. It's Farron and Adrian, the farmhouse guys. Guess what? We signed our contract Sunday.
Hey,
awesome.
Congratulations.
We're building in Arlington C in Waller County in the Brookshire area. So excited. That is exciting.
That's so cool. Thanks for sharing.
All right. We got Amanda saying howdy over from Facebook.
Well, hello,
Thank you
Amanda.
for doing that. Thank you. We got Donna. Hi, watching from Austin and excited to build a Fredericksburg soon. Awesome.
Oh, great house.
choice.
Yeah, that's an awesome house.
We got Troyland telling us hello from Facebook. And we've got Michelle saying hey from Canyon Lake. Hey, Michelle.
Oh, nice.
And then we've got Clifford Ellis from Justin, Texas, and have land in Bowie. Awesome.
That's about as country as it gets.
Yeah. We do a lot of building out there.
Home of the Justin Boot Company. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So, folks, thank you for jumping in. Obviously, we want to answer all your questions. So we will talk about EasyBuy because it's been requested. We'll hit on
Yep.
that. We are going to get to this beautiful home, but do not stop asking your questions. You got questions about this home as we're going through it? Drop them in the chat and ask those. You got questions about, like we said, design, financing, site preparation, permitting, driveways, septic systems, water wells, customizations, construction, warranty. How does it work? That's what we're here to do. We're here to kind of increase that familiarity with you guys and remove that doubt and help you guys out on your journey. So, and you got a great community here of people that can help do the same thing. Some of them have already been there and done that, and they're in their Tilson homes. Some are further, some were in the process, signed their contract. So anyway, folks all along the process that can help give you insight on questions to ask and kind of what to look out for and some of the fun things that you get to go through. So with that, let's jump in and start talking about this beautiful Cisco.
Yeah, absolutely. So like I mentioned, the Cisco is one of our newer plans. It does have 4 available elevations. So you've got kind of that traditional brick gable elevation that you see, that's elevation A. Elevation B is more of that craftsman style. So combination of siding and with a brick wainscoting, some composite columns, things like that. Elevation C is our, traditional farmhouse look. So you're going to have that board and batten siding, large front porch, all that good stuff. And the D is kind of what we've dubbed kind of Texas ranch style. So it's a mix of stone and board and batten with a stone wainscot. So and cedar, roughs on cedar accents to kind of bring in that Texas land into the plan itself. It's a very nice floor plan. Love this house, very efficient use of space. So it's coming as is as a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath home, just a little over 2,200 square feet. It is a true split bedroom design, meaning that the master suite is on the complete opposite side of the home from all the other bedrooms. So nice private, kind of its own wing. All by itself over there. And then you've got the, huge walk-in closet over there in that master suite, dual vanities. It comes, as is with just the walk-in shower, but we do have options to change that up if you're looking for the bathtub as well. And then you've got, very open floor plan in the middle. So you've got that kitchen open wide into that family room. You've got the one dining area because most of our customers tell us they don't need the formal dining room. So this one is designed without it. Comes standard with a large covered porch there on the back. And also this one has a really good, nice size pantry, which I like about this plan. So a good walk-in pantry space going on. And those 3 additional bedrooms on the opposite side of the house are all very good size. So bedroom 3 and 4 are exactly the same size. And then bedroom 2 there on the front of the home is a little bit bigger. But yeah, just a very, very good plan. But let's go ahead and take a look at their house and we'll let them kind of tell you why they picked what they did on it. And everybody just keep dropping your questions into the chat while we're watching.
My name is Eli and I'm here with Jack Johnson and their Cisco A home in Navarro County. And today we're going to talk a little bit about their home and why they made some of the selections that they've made. To start off, the exterior of this beautiful home, what were kind of the thought process going into what y'all's selections were?
Sure, so we'll start with the lot itself. We bought the lot a couple years prior to building the house. It was a process finding the lot in itself. Finding a lakefront lot with open water close to DFW that's drivable was hard to do, but we found it and we really liked this lot. And then we found a sign for Tilson as a build on your own lot, and that's how we found Tilson to get started working with you guys. And then picking the house, we knew we wanted a 1-story, and the Cisco plan fit that really well and fit our lifestyle and had some ability to make customizations to make this house work for us a little bit better, which we enjoy. And then starting on the outside, I really like dark colors, so I convinced my wife to help me pick a dark color that we liked. And then we lived in Austin prior to this, so we want to incorporate the Austin stone, and the light stone kind of offsets the dark colors a little bit, helps with the accent color. So we really like that. And then we wanted to maximize this view of the lake as much as possible.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the color choices of the stone are some of my favorite features on the house.
Thank you.
Another thing I love is the side entry garage, but pointing towards the front of the home.
Yeah, and that's one of the customizations we made. The option was you could put it on the side, but the garage door's on the other side. So we flipped that, and that helps with Tilson a lot, as you can make a lot of customizations on your own too.
Right, mm-hmm. Right. And obviously everything that y'all did choosing layouts of the home and everything was to maximize the view of the
Definitely.
lake and the awesome backyard. So tell me a little bit about the back porch and that space as it functions to the lake.
Sure, yeah. This plan had a back patio on it already, and we extended the back patio to make it bigger and wanted as many windows and view towards the lake as possible, which this plan helped us do.
Yeah, the main feature of this home is y'all's beautiful lot, and I think that's what makes everything work.
All right. So, yeah, absolutely gorgeous home. And like Eli said, it was a Cisco A, and some of you may have been scratching your head a little bit because, I said at the outset that the A was a traditional brick gable. So how is that an A that we just looked at? So one of the other big things that's different about our elevations, in addition to just the exterior materials, is also the size of the front porch. And in this case, as you saw, this is their lake home, and it's really about maximizing the views to the back. They didn't really need a big front porch, so they went ahead and chose that A elevation and kind of made it in the style of the Cisco D. So pulling in the stone and the board and batten, and then they also picked up a few features that they liked off of our other home plans. They specifically wanted the gable features like our LaSalle model that I've shown there. So this is kind of a cool way that not a lot of people realize that you can change up our plans. If you're looking at the exterior, you can still make it look like what you want and still get the house that you need. So that's kind of what they did. So we'll kind of go through on the next couple slides how they did that. So with that front elevation, what they did is took all that brick off and changed it out. So in the places that have a number 1 on the front, that is where they changed to stone. And all of the number 2 spots where the brick came off, they changed it to board and batten. In that to get that same kind of Texas ranch look that we're talking about, that mix of stone and board and batten. And then they added different rough sawn accents in places just to kind of round out the elevation and make it look nice. So you've got the rough sawn headers, over the window and the door. You've got the gable brackets in that design like our LaSalle model. And then kind of, I can't remember, Eric, the technical word for it, but I call them fake shutters. I think there's a better word for it.
Yeah, these are the way these are done. They're gable vents, but they don't. To your point, they don't vent to anything anymore because we're doing spray foam. But yeah, these are gable vents.
But just add a little bit of accent and break up all that stone and kind of tie all the elements together. So very pretty changes. And then did the same thing on the back. So the back of this home would usually be all lap siding because we make the places you're not usually looking at a little bit less attractive than the front to kind of save you some money. But in this case, they're going to be in the back of the house all the time. So they want to be still looking at that same pretty that they're seeing on the front. So they did change out the lap to board and batten on most of it and brought that stone onto that back wall on that big grand porch. So just beautiful, gorgeous. And this is that final design and what that looks like. And you can see why they really didn't need the front porch. They have a garage that's, coming out into there. So we all driveway, we all paved anyway. So we can take the front porch off of the house and still do the same thing. But yeah, just beautiful. And I love how they did. I like the dark and light contrast. And it's nice to see that the siding is dark versus light. So just a nice accent. And I also really, really like that they chose to make the garage doors the same color as the siding. So it all just kind of blends in.
Very cool. Yeah, and it's hard to tell here. We have some other photos that they did have to do a couple of retaining walls, which is pretty normal for a lakefront lot. So great job terracing it down to a flat spot.
And then this is the rear of their house. You can see that beautiful. They went with the cathedral ceiling rear porch option, so you get that beautiful rough sawn truss. They added a lot of windows in the back to maximize the view. Added additional exterior doors onto that big back porch, and they actually added some additional uncovered patio as well as their big extended. And then they've got that pathway that's going all the way down to the lake. Just absolutely very gorgeous. Cool. Very, very pretty. And then this is another view right off of that back porch. You can see everything, see what they're looking at, like what they chose this land for. It's just absolutely gorgeous and back porch is huge, lots of slab area. So this house is really, really designed to maximize guest spaces, maximize that time outside, and make really good use of the outdoor space in that lake.
Yeah, you can see you've got two separate sitting areas outside. You know, you got the table area where you're housing 6, and then you can sit another six or 7 people next to
Mhm.
that. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, really, really nice. All right. So the floor plan changes. The things that they changed, they did a lot. Like I was saying, this is kind of a second weekend home for them. So they were really looking to maximize guest spaces and entertaining spaces, things like that. So that's what they really liked about the plan. So the changes that they made, the first one was putting that garage on it. So you've got an attached 2-car side load garage. Like he mentioned in the video, they did actually move the garage door from the outside of the home to that inside to make sure that it fit on their lot and they'd have access into the garage. And then they also added a exterior door on the back of the garage, so they had access from both sides of the home. In their master bathroom, I'll kind of get into exactly what they did, but basically they did some jiggering around to get that tub in there without having to change any of the square footage. So we made some adjustments in that space. In their master bedroom, they did a lot of changes with windows and doors to bring in additional glass to really maximize natural light and have access to that uncovered patio that they added on the back, which was a huge change that they just really maximized that space out there. Like I already mentioned, they put the rear covered porch with cathedral ceiling option on that, which also brings that cathedral ceiling into your family room. They made some adjustments to the included full bath just to make sure you'd get it adjusted so they had access from the outside of the home. So when we're wet and coming in out of the lake, we don't have to actually traipse through the entire house to get in.
Great idea.
So very good idea, very smart change there to do that. And then they also did some changes on the front of the home. So the house comes with a powder bath, but they really, since this is a guest home, they're having a lot of people over. They wanted to make sure that they had another full bathroom. So they reconfigured some of the spaces there, and I'll get into those details when we get to that room. But they made some adjustments again to make that a full bathroom without really adding any square footage to the home. So very smart changes. And the last one was just a really neat inside detail where the kitchen is separated from the family room. They chose to go ahead and wrap that opening in rough sawn wood. So it actually reflects very well with the cathedral ceiling. So it kind of brings that accent, ties those two areas together. So
Looks great too.
that looks really great. Yeah. So what they ended up with was a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom that's just a little under 2,200 square feet because your garage stole a little bit of your living area. But very, very good changes, very smart changes that they made without having to add any square footage onto the plan.
And we got a couple of questions we can probably answer.
We do have a few questions. So let me go ahead and grab those. All right. So we've got Natasha checking in from Fayetteville, Texas, building the Angelina in Colorado County. Just completed our stakeout.
Oh, very cool.
So exciting. We've got Margaret who says, we just installed vinyl plank in our home we live in now, and I love it, but we can't get it through your distributors. What are our options? Can we just do concrete and install later?
Margaret, so I'm assuming you've already asked, for the, and that's not uncommon, depending on where you bought it from. Flooring people, for whatever reason, don't sell direct to the public, and they don't sell through the same distributor. So it's kind of a weird deal, but whatever. I'm not in the flooring game. That being said, there are a couple of options. Flooring is one of the very few things we actually will allow a homeowner to take the contract on and do. That is an option. In other words, obviously, I wouldn't imagine you physically putting it in yourself, but you could hire a floor company to have that put in, and we would pay you whatever our base pay is for what we put in regular, wherever you put those floors in with the floor, we would ordinarily pay for those floors. We could pay you that. We could also increase the allowance because they're probably more than what our standard flooring package pays. And so, and the other alternative would be to try and find, maybe get the details and specifications of it over to our wholesaler, our distributor, and see if they have something. They will have something that's comparable in quality, thickness, but what I don't know if it will be the same color, obviously. So we can probably find something close that we may not even have in our showroom, but that we are able to get our hands on. They're a worldwide distributor, so there's not a whole lot they can't get, but that's the other option. So both of those are options. Doing concrete. So unfortunately, the lender, if you're doing a loan, the lender is going to, the appraiser is going to require that it have some type of floor coverings in it. I know that sounds crazy because stained concrete is technically a floor covering. But I mean, so you could do stained concrete and go over with that. They do consider that a finished floor, but they will not fund a loan just leaving it as a unfinished concrete. They feel like it's an unfinished home. So something to think about there. But so we got a couple options.
Okay, great. We've got Eric saying greetings from Beaumont. Hey, Eric.
Eric.
See you again.
Welcome.
We got Clifford asking if this can be a 3-bedroom house.
So it can be, but Clifford might be better off finding one that's comparable and not having to delete that 4th bedroom, because you're not it's going to affect the floor plan quite a bit, the roof elevation, all that kind of good stuff. And so you're probably not getting dollar for dollar. You're not getting as much house for your money. So we could probably find you one that's in the same wheelhouse, split floor plan, that we can do the cathedral ceilings, all that kind of stuff too. We got, I mean, in that footage range, that 1,800 to 2,100 square feet, we have a lot of floor plans that are very, very flexible, that we can find you a 3-bedroom split floor plan that's got a big open kitchen like this one does without too much trouble, I think.
Okay, great. We got Kevin asking, is it worth getting lighter colored shingles on the roof, or is the heat difference inside the home between light and dark colors not significant enough to matter?
Great question to ask these days, particularly as it's hotter than Hades outside right now. Doesn't really matter anymore. So Kevin, there was a time in the way back when where yes, your shingle color could affect the solar heat gain on your house. So how quickly your attic of your house heated up. But no more. Doesn't matter anymore. Plus, we're doing spray foam right up against the rafters, so your home is insulated and it's sealed up right there on the back side of the shingles. So I mean, my house has the onyx black shingles on it. It's not a factor. You're going to be fine. Great question.
Yeah. We got Denise saying good afternoon from Pearland. Hey, Denise.
Howdy, Denise.
Good to see ya. We got Farron and Adrian. They moved over from YouTube to Facebook. Thanks. They've got a question. We're going to demolish the house that's there now, where the new house is going to go. Should we have that done and the land looking neat before the appraisal? We don't want it to affect our appraisal value for the EasyBuy program with an old rundown house on there. Also need to trim some bushes and just didn't know if we should do ahead of time or if it would affect our value since the appraiser is independent.
Great question. And so the way what they're speaking of, folks, is Tilson's EasyBuy program. Kind of the one different thing about that, one of the many different things about it, is the appraisal is done up front based on the plans and building specifications. So we're going to send the plans and options addendum over to whoever the lender is. Hopefully it's Wagon Hill. And if not, we'll send whoever the lender is, but we'll send to the lender, and they're going to put those in the hand. They order from an appraisal bank. They don't talk specifically to the actual appraiser, but they send to almost like a cloud system, if you will, and that gets distributed out in the order. And they go out there, and the appraiser appraises the house, the drawings of the house, as if it were built today, what it would sell for, so that you know and we know before we ever drive a nail exactly what your equity position is. And so what they're asking is, hey, there's an existing home there. The plans to demolish that's where the new home's going. You don't have to have that done first. No. So if as long as the lender, in which we will articulate to them, hey, here's the plan. There's no rundown house there. That house is going away, and that's where the new home's going to be built. They can make those assumptions, even though you can't unsee what you've seen. I know what you're saying, Farron, but and you're on the right track, right? I mean, best foot forward kind of thing, and is a best practice. But those are things that they can make some assumptions and arrive at the values. Because the way they're going to arrive at those values is they're going to pull comps or comparable sales of homes that have closed in the last 6 months. So that's going to have way more of an impact, those closings in the general area, than what, the detail of that house being gone. As long as we articulate to them, like, hey, that house is going to be gone, so no value for that, value 100% for the new home. So if you want to trim the bushes, go right ahead. But it's not going to, I don't think it's going to make or break you on the value. But good question.
Okay, awesome. Donna is asking, how much is it normally to add a small shower to a half bath like they did?
So, Donna, it does kind of depend on if it's already got a second water heater or not. So, in a lot of cases, it doesn't, and that's what can drive up the cost. But $2,500 to $4,000 is typically what a shower is going to cost you. The only caveat, again, I'll put with that is if we're adding a third shower to, let's say, excuse me, 2.5, 2-bath or 2.5-bath home, we do recommend going to a second water heater when you're going to put a third full bath in a home. Just so if you got two people showering and the dishwasher's going and the washing machine's going, and I know we can all act like we're not going to do that, but it turns out kids have minds of their own. And so you'll start the dishwasher, start the washing machine, and then all of a sudden, two of your kids go take a shower, and one of them's going to finish with something cold. All else equal, place my bets on the one with the most hair.
Makes sense. All right. We've got G. Elizabeth over on Facebook asking if we can discuss warranty and how we make every possible excuse to not fix things, which I don't think is a fair assessment of what we do.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's fair. Yeah. G. Elizabeth. So, we have, by virtue that we have our own warranty department, it's not third-party contractors. I think that settles the case that we fix the things, right? We wouldn't have our own warranty department that has full-time people who not only answer the telephones, but actually drive around in Tilson-owned warranty vehicles. They are Tilson employees. It's not some third-party contractor you and us have never met. So most builders, they don't do it that way. They do it. They let their building superintendents handle the warranty, and they send their trim carpenter or their painter, who's in the midst of doing all kinds of other like finished homes. So I don't know what kind of feedback you're getting that we every possible use to fix things. I worked in our warranty department when I was much younger, and we fix all kinds of stuff. But typically, what's involved for those warranty techs is predominantly those houses in the first year. That's covered kind of brick to brick. So all of your sheetrock cracks, settling cracks, caulk that's separated, cracked tile. That's the bulk of the things that they're working on. Redoing some windowsills in there if a window leaked for some reason, roof leaks, things like that do happen from time to time. And that's what they do. And we've got full-time staff all over the state of Texas. Not tons, thankfully, because we built a pretty good house, but we do have warranty technicians in every single region of the state, as well as warranty representatives ready to take your call. So I'm not sure what your feedback is, but sounds like not everything's covered. I can tell you that. Not everything is covered. There are some homeowner maintenance items in a lot of cases. And typically when something, a short-sighted comment like this comes up, it is because of something they weren't maintaining. So as bad as I regret that, we got to draw the line somewhere. We're not here to maintain the houses forever. That's not our job. It's not our responsibility. Take care of your stuff. So that's how warranty works.
All right, makes sense.
With the exception, there are some things, a major repair, like an HVAC repair or something like that, we are going to bring in a third party, right? Obviously, whoever.
Right, yeah.
We're not going to send our warranty tech to go fix your AC unit. They're not licensed to do that. That's what the HVAC licensed person for. Same thing, electrical, plumbing, those type of licensed professionals, they're going to have to come in and do those things. So.
Yep. All right, we got Jason saying, hey guys, I want the ceiling painted white, but I understand there's a difference in price. It's not a big deal at all, but just curious as to why it changes.
Sure. Yeah, because so why does it cost more? Is that what I'm
Yeah, I think that's what he's saying. I mean, Jason, it really comes down to prep work. When you're painting the ceiling and the walls the exact same color, we don't have to worry about, putting up, taking the time to make sure that we've taped everything perfectly and that we've got that ceiling line perfectly straight. And when you go to do that, we do get charged more from our vendors for taking the time to make sure that everything is done exactly right. And then there's just also we got to pick up 2 colors of paint and keep that all straight and things like that.
The cutting in of the paintbrush is what Don's talking about. That's where the labor is. So we're having to cut that in all the way around. I mean, I'm just looking at my own ceiling here. So every single corner all the way around is that's where the labor difference is. And then you can't come in with your airless spray gun and just spray the whole wall ceilings and everything. So you do have to have a shield in there and only spray the walls or only spray the ceiling. So it is a little bit more tedious, but it's a great look too. So
yeah, absolutely. Eric is asking, has Tilson ever done a video series that chronicles the entire construction process of building a home, or would Tilson consider participating, collaborating with me on such a social media project? This may be a discussion better suited offline. So yeah, we haven't followed a house from start to finish, with the exception we've captured a couple of our models. We have done videos that show the entire process in a variety of homes, and really, honestly, the biggest holdup for us has been, time frames. When we came into video, it was in 2020 and things were taking a long time, and we didn't want to be pausing construction on a customer's home to ready the site for a film crew. Is really what it came down to. But yeah, if that's something that you're interested in doing with your home, send us a private message and reach out, and we can kind of talk about what that might look like. But like I said, our biggest concern would be in slowing down your construction process. We don't want you to have to be delayed from getting in your home or any of that. So that's why we haven't really followed one from start to finish. And then Farron is saying, yes, thanks for the info on appraisals. And he is working with Wagon Hill. So
Good
thank
deal.
you, Farron.
Good care of you.
Awesome.
Awesome. Folks, keep dropping your questions into the chat. We'll answer every single one of them. And we've proven yet again, we don't hide. So throw your questions out there. But we got some other cool parts of this house we want to be sure we share with everybody. So, but keep asking your questions.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the kitchen and family room.
Well, let's take a look at this awesome kitchen y'all got here.
Yeah, so we wanted the kitchen to be part of the main living to, again, face the view of the lake, so that's why this plan worked really well for us. And then in terms of the selections that we made, we wanted it to be as clean as possible and not date the home because we wanted to have this for a long time, so that's kind of where the black and white came in, but with a few fun accents of the gold hardware to kind of pull it all together and make it a little bit more fun. And again, wanted a big bar top to maximize view of the water and have a lot of people enjoy this place with us.
I agree. Y'all's selections they're incredible, but I think the feature that I enjoy the most is that how everything is open, and any space that you're in this area, you have the view of the lake, of the boathouse, and it all flows well, and that y'all be able to entertain a lot of people here.
And one of the changes that we made that was custom was this wood wrapped entry into the living room, and my wife actually saw this at the showroom in Weatherford and wanted to add that, so that kind of incorporates the living room kitchen feel really well. And that, again, a testament to Tilson. You can kind of do what you want on top of what they already provide for you.
Yep, this is a unique feature that we don't build very often, but it makes a huge difference.
And it helps us flow into the living room really well.
Absolutely. Yeah, speaking of the living room, let's take a look over here. Tell me a little bit about this cathedral ceiling.
Sure, so this is one of the main changes we knew we wanted to make. One, it makes the room feel bigger, but also gives us more space for more windows, for more light. And then two, it helps us pull your eye outside as we extended it into a cathedral ceiling on the patio to kind of, again, draw your view to the lake and maximize the lot in the lake that we found that we love to enjoy.
Yeah, that's what stands out, especially you come in that front door and you see that this cathedral ceiling is extended all the way to the outside of the home. You can sit in really any space in this living room, and you have the big windows. You have a TV, but I don't think it gets used as much with a view like this.
It does. That's why the couch is facing out and not towards the TV. Yeah, but we really like the vaulted ceiling. It makes it feel bigger without having to make a bigger house. It makes it feel more open. And we did actually extend the back wall of the living room a little bit to make it a little bit bigger in here. But other than that, the main volume is from that ceiling that we made.
That's great. Another thing that stands out to me, y'all did the vinyl plank flooring, and I think that with the durability of those floorings, being on the lake, coming off of the water, you may have come in with mud and wet feet and
dogs and kids and spills, all those things. Yes,
that's right. That's right. That's all good stuff. I think now we can go take a look at the bedrooms.
Yeah, just a beautiful space. So this is that great kitchen that they have there, which I love the choice that they've got. They went with the different colors for the uppers and the lower cabinets and the island. So really those kind of classical black and white colors and a nice neutral quartz countertop. So I think he's right. This is classic. This isn't something that's going to go out of style. And then they've got the gold hardware there that's just kind of bringing it out. But lots of space in this kitchen, lots of cabinet space, lots of workspace, lots of entertaining space. And again, you've got that nice size pantry in there that just looks great. Yeah, give you all the storage you need. And then this is that family room, which I love the way the wood wrapped in between the two spaces. I think was a wonderful way. It really calls out to that wrapped beam that's in that cathedral ceiling. I like this a lot. I think I'm going to steal this when I build my next house. I just think it looks really good because it kind of, even in an open floor plan, you kind of run that risk of everything sort of blending together. And this really kind of helps you delineate that space and just looks really nice. But
Yeah,
you've
bring some
got
of those outside features in too. So.
yeah, it just ties everything together really nicely. But yeah, the cathedral ceiling is a great choice. Exactly for the reason he said. You know, it makes the home look so much bigger without adding any additional square foot. And in this case, when that is the view that you have out off of your back wall, you get as many windows in that wall as you can.
Yes.
It's just absolutely beautiful and just flows straight onto that, you know, back porch area that they've got access to it from all sides. And yeah, just absolutely.
Love how he
beautiful.
pointed out that, yeah, that's why our couch faces out, not like they're not
Yeah.
on TV. Like if something happens to
Yep.
come on, great, but you're gonna have a hard time beating that. Yeah.
Yeah, this house is all about the property and all about the lake and making the most of it.
I love
So
it.
just they did it fabulously. And then there's that view at the bottom. You know, there's a foyer when you walk into this home that we didn't show you because it's not the star, guys. The lake is the star. So our cameras were immediately drawn to all the windows that looked outside. But just absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So we did have a couple more questions that came through.
Arm
So
through.
we can go ahead and talk about those while we are loading up the next video. But we have Mike coming in. He said, hello, my wife and I are building a Cisco B in Washington County.
Nice.
Our tentative construction start date is
Okay.
October 2024. Awesome.
Spectacular.
Looking forward to seeing that. You have to send us pictures as you're going.
Cold front.
We've got Kevin asking, is it possible to reinforce an interior walk-in closet pantry to serve as a tornado shelter? If not, can a tornado shelter be built during construction and not retrofitted by a third party after?
Right. So the answer, Kevin, is reinforcing it during is probably not enough to have it rated for tornado. So you're talking when you talk about tornado shelter, you're talking about total catastrophic implosion, right? Everything falls down. Not the same as hurricane, but we're talking true like 200 mile an hour, like annihilation. Okay. So in a case like that, our recommendation is you go with we have worked with third parties during construction that they sell one-piece steel tested rated units. One of them that we have used before is called Family Safe. You can Google it, you can find them online. Family Safe. They have various sizes, and they're actually brought in the frame stage, and they're set and bolted to the concrete during construction during the frame stage. I'm much more a proponent of those than I am. There are builders out there that'll do they'll pour concrete walls and do a concrete ceiling and all that stuff. It's not rated. It's not tested. I don't like doing it.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of concrete over my head. I'm not a huge fan of that. When it wasn't designed, precast, something like that. I'm not knocking the precast ones that are done in a factory ahead of time. So I prefer the steel structure that's brought out during construction. It's set on site, and then we literally build around it.
Yeah. Built specifically by somebody who only builds that.
What they do, they're tested. I mean, they're
our houses are going to keep your family safe under normal circumstances, but please put someone else in charge of something that's supposed to keep you safe during a natural disaster.
The Family Safe Company and others, they're headquartered in Oklahoma, right? That's where you want to be. That's where the experts are. If you want a twister or twisters, that's where the experts are. So somebody from Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma, those are your subject matter experts with respect to tornadoes. So get one from one of them. And again, they have distributors in Texas. They've been very easy to work with. Like I said, the size, they come in prefixed sizes. So from I think 3x5 all the way up to much bigger than that. We put them in garages for people. We've put them in master closets for people. But that's my recommendation.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Farron is saying, Adrian reminded me of another question we had. We're just curious why Tilson doesn't include gutters on a home as just part of the plan, since gutters are so important to keeping your foundation safe.
Dawn, what's the deal?
So really, Farron, it's because we don't know what you want to do with your landscaping and how you want to put your gutters in. So, and in our opinion, it's best to wait until after you've kind of gotten all of that settled, because we don't want to be putting a downspout where you want to be putting your landscaping, and then there's nothing to be looking at. And then also it is important to keep in mind where you're putting your gutters. when you do it, because there actually are some homes that don't require gutters. The whole idea of, having moisture around your foundation is keeping steady levels and consistent levels all the way around the foundation. So if you have like a hip roof, you don't need gutters to do that. The roof is designed to drop the water in all the places. So it's really only in like the gabled roofs, and it's if you're putting it down into areas where you're looking at, like on this house, a lot of concrete where that water can't absorb. We need to get it away in situations like that. So that's why we don't include them, because a lot of our customers don't actually need them, and we just don't know what you're going to be doing with your landscaping. All right, then we've got Barbara saying, "Hey, y'all, just moved into our Breckenridge in Blanco. Exhausted but loving it. Tilson was amazing, and Zach was the best. Awesome, thank you so
very cool.
much. We would love to see pictures. Send us pictures. But glad to hear that everything went well, and we will pass that along to Zach's bosses and let them know." And then we've got Kevin saying, "Great point about the tornado shelter. Thank you. I have a few more questions that'll save for later on in the live." Okay, well, stick them on in. We're going to answer them for you.
Yep,
Oh, thank you, Barbara. She says, "My hair looks amazing today." Oh, Barbara's my favorite now, guys. Sorry. Let's see. Then we've got Yesenia saying, "Have y'all done a cool room in a pantry, something to use as a walk-in refrigerator, and how much extra cost is that?"
We have not. No, we've not done cold storage inside. I do know there are some companies that we've had customers put them in their garage. We're Texas hunting folk, so there is a walk-in cooler or two in a Tilson home, predominantly in the garage, and we have wired for them as well. Not ever done it where it's actually inside the home, and that's mainly because you got a way to exhaust out for the compressor. So that's why a garage is a good alternative. But I'm sure there's a way to do it in a pantry. It's just not something we've done before.
Okay, awesome. All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at these bedrooms, and we're also going to swing through the dining area on our way through. So let's look at that video.
Keep dropping your questions in the chat, folks. We'll answer all of them.
All right, Jack, we're in one of the guest bedrooms off of the living room here. We'll get to the bathroom exterior door here in a second, but tell me about the space in this room. What do y'all plan on using them for?
Sure, so we knew we wanted 4 bedrooms because we wanted to maximize sleeping space, hoping that guests would come and stay with us for entertainment, and liked this plan because it came with 4 bedrooms and the guest ones are split from the master, which is on the other side of the house. And these bedrooms are all kind of close together, which is nice. If you look in the room, there's lots of sleeping space that fits in this room. We have a queen size bed and a bunk bed here, again, to maximize sleeping space. But these bedrooms are definitely spacious enough to hold that. It doesn't look too crowded or anything.
Let's go take a look at the other couple bedrooms.
Let's do it.
Here we are in the middle bedroom, and similar setup as the front bedroom here. You got bunk beds and the queen bed. Tell me about how this space works for your guests as well.
Sure, similar to the last bedroom, just maximizing sleeping space, able to fit both a queen size bed and a bunk bed in here. Again, close to the other bathroom and guest bedrooms.
I like how they're all in close proximity to one another.
Definitely.
Right next door is the other bedroom and that bathroom that leads to the exterior. So
Okay, let's take a look.
All right, here we are in the back bedroom with the lake view. Why don't you tell me about this room and the lucky guest that gets this view?
Sure, so this is the biggest bedroom and has the best view with the window to the lake, so we made this the true guest bedroom, I guess. So that's why there's a king size bed that fits in here very well, and it's closest to the bathroom and has the best view.
Yeah, let's go take a look at that bathroom we keep talking about.
Okay.
All right, Jack, so here we are in the guest bathroom that we keep talking about with our exterior access here. Y'all kind of went similar with the dark cabinets in here and the light colored countertops. Everything works well for the lake theme in here.
It does. You can see there's some fish decor that kind of goes with the lake, but yes, this is the bathroom that we added the door. So we extended this bathroom just a little bit to fit the door to kind of have easy access from outside to get to the bathroom or to the shower. And then in terms of the choices that we made for the finishes, we wanted to be consistent with the house and just make a clean change from the bathroom to the kitchen. So we did similar with out the gold just to make the kitchen pop a little bit.
And I like the multi-function of this bathroom. It's right off of the guest bedrooms. So it's your guest bath as well as the access to the exterior.
It is, and with this plan, it only was 2.5 bathrooms, but we actually made the front powder bathroom a full bath, so there's an extra shower that these guests can use as well.
Great, great. Well, let's go take a look at the master suite.
Let's do it.
Well, Jack, as we make our way to the other side of the house to the master suite, let's stop and talk about this full bathroom you have in the front of the home.
Sure. So started off as a powder bath with a coat closet, and we really wanted a shower, and so we got rid of the coat closet, got rid of a little bit of pantry, and made a bigger bathroom with a shower, which works really well for us.
Yeah, I think that was a great change to make. And I can't walk past this dining area without talking about the view as you sit at your table.
Yeah, we needed a lot of sitting space for people to eat, and what better way to do that than in these big windows in front of the lake. So we really like the placement of this dining room, and of course the big windows that were part of the plan already that face the water.
Absolutely, and that everything being the open concept really works here, the dining to the kitchen, and you can see that view anywhere in the home.
Exactly.
All right, let's check out the master suite.
Okay.
All right. So as you can see, plenty of space for guests between those 3 bedrooms. Just in their guest spaces, I count 10 places for bodies to sleep. So yeah, lots of space. These are very generous bedrooms. Like they were saying, in those 2 smaller rooms, they fit both a queen size bed and bunk beds in both of them. And then in the larger one, they made it the more comfortable guest suite. That's just the king size bed. But yeah, very, very big, generous rooms on this house, so they can maximize it.
Great use. Yeah, they did great use of the space too. Oh, and fake internet points extra credit to whoever can tell me what those flags mean. It spells something, so it means something in naval terms. Good luck with that.
Oh, okay. It's our trivia today. So
trivia today. I can't tell if you're right or wrong. I can just tell you that it spells something.
All right. So this is bathroom 2. This is the one that is back kind of behind those bedrooms. And it is the one that they added the extra door to go outside. So they're not wandering through the house when they're muddy and wet from the lake. So they have direct access into the bathroom. And this is the one closest to those guest bedrooms. And then the third one, this is the one that I was talking about earlier, where they actually converted what would have been the powder room into a full bathroom, and how they kind of accomplished that without adding any extra square footage. Is in the floor plan as it comes laid out. There's a little hallway that off of the foyer that has a coat closet then leads into the powder room. So what they did was got rid of that hallway and got rid of that coat closet and just absorbed that into the bathroom. And then they also, if you're looking where Eric has his mouse going up in that corner at that pantry, we've got pantry and a little bit of like some dead space over behind the fridge. They stole that out of the pantry and tucked their shower in there, and then just kind of reconfigured the layout. So just moved the toilet to get it out of the way of that shower, and then converted that pedestal sink into a more standard sink that has the cabinets and the countertops and the drop-in sink. And then changed the regular size window that would have been on that wall to just being at the top, that kind of transom window in that space. So that's how they accomplished that. And again, very smart use of space. This is their weekend home. They didn't need quite all that much storage for coats and stuff like that. They can put those in the guest bedrooms and things like that. So this is how they made that change without adding, any additional square footage. So very smart use. And then the next slide shows you what that kind of looks like at the end. So you can see how they've got that bathroom with the windows above the mirror. And then you've got that walk-in shower space just kind of tucked into that little nook over there. So worked out very well. Very smart thing to do, particularly if you're having that many guests in your home.
Yep.
We need more than one bathroom.
Yeah, and you can see where there's a little bottom of that transom window up there, letting that natural light in. It's still doing something with the front elevation of the home. So great idea, great design feature.
Yeah.
Kudos to customer and salesperson for pulling that off.
Absolutely. And then this is that dining area, which you could see those guys, they're not small guys, and they were walking around very comfortable in that area. This is a very large dining space. That table has enough chairs for 8, and a little tiny guest that currently that chair is being taken by the Pelican. But when you evict the Pelican, you can put a baby in the high chair. So lots of space, lots of room if they actually wanted to bring in more chairs. And then we already saw how much dining space and area they have out on that back porch. So great, well-designed plan here for entertaining. It just looks great. All right. And then we do have a few more questions. So let's answer those. We have Kevin asking, are there any plans this year for a Muddy Boots open house event? So yes, we're just on a little break. We're taking a break because those Muddy Boots events that we hold happen after we put in insulation on the home. So if we have done our jobs right, it's really warm inside because the HVAC's not in. So it's done before we get to any of the mechanicals or any of that. So it just, quite honestly, in this weather, it is too hot for us to put a bunch of people in an unfinished home for over an hour. So we are going to take a break until September, and then we will start rescheduling them, assuming that it gets a little bit cooler in September. So we're just
October.
October. But yes,
Maybe September in like our Weatherford market, maybe.
yeah, depending on the market, maybe September. But just right now, it just would not be, it wouldn't be pleasant, and it would be borderline unsafe for
Yeah.
us to hold those events right now. So we just we don't want to do that, but we will be, be on the lookout. Fall, we'll be scheduling some more. Tim is asking, are garages insulated? If so, to what extent?
Yeah, so Tim, they typically are not. We don't insulate the garages. We can and have, so we can insulate them with spray foam, but the way the garage is kind of is not. So the common wall between the garage and the conditioned airspace, it is insulated. That wall obviously is insulated, but the remaining wall and attic of the garage are not insulated. We would put some type of Tyvek or cardboard or something up in the attic to create a barrier to spray foam against, or you can talk to your design consultant about paying to insulate the garage.
Okay, awesome. And then Farron is saying, okay, one more for us today, but it's a comment instead of a question. We just wanted to give a shout out to Ashley and David at the Katy office. They have been
Awesome.
outstanding throughout this process, and we wanted to acknowledge them.
Oh,
Awesome.
thank
We
you
will
very
pass
much for
that
doing that.
along.
That's
Thank
very
you.
kind.
And then we've got somebody asking, what city in Navarro County?
So it's actually not,
sure.
it's an unincorporated Josue. It's on Richland Chambers Reservoir. It's on the lake. That's the lake there. The closest city proper is probably Corsicana, maybe Kaufman, but for the most part, it's going to be just unincorporated Navarro County, Richland Chambers Reservoir. So it's kind of on Highway 287 between Corsicana and actually on I-45 as well. So it's a big reservoir.
Okay.
But I think the city of Fort Worth owns every drop of. Just for your trivial Texas knowledge today.
It's amazing to me how other parts of Texas can own people's water.
We'll sell anybody anything. City of Houston owns every drop in Lake Conroe. I mean, this is the way of the things.
Hey, it's fair. All right. Denise is asking, if you put in a tankless water heater, does the bathroom count matter?
It does. Yeah, it does. So kind of on the same premises as the conventional. If you get over 3.5 bathrooms, we highly recommend putting in a second tankless water heater. So yeah, anything 3 full bathrooms and up, I would recommend having 2. You could probably get by with 1 on 3 full baths, as long as it's gas. And then anything beyond that, I definitely recommend doing. What you'll lose pressure. Okay, you're not gonna run out of hot water, but you will start to lose pressure. So it's coming.
Okay. Michael is asking, can you discuss how veterans can use their VA entitlement as well as the EasyBuy program?
I can. It's just that most veterans don't need to. So he's right. The VA is that program is an entitlement. So it is something that veterans are entitled to. And what it typically is, the big advantage of a VA entitlement is 100% financing. You don't have to put any money down whatsoever. Most of the prospects and customers that come to us, even veterans, they own the land, or they bought the land, 7, 10, 20 years ago, and they've been paying on it. It may not be paid off all the way, but they've been paying on it. So they have equity in that property. So in those situations, even whether you're a veteran or one of our regular buyers, you're still going to be financing 100% of the contract amount, of the loan amount. But you wouldn't need 100% financing per se, because you already own the land. Now, we do have a program where, if let's say you don't own the land yet and you want to finance the land and the home all together as one, that is something that there's a VA program out there that we do offer that you can do that. A VA upfront one-time close, where you would finance 100% of the land and 100% of the contract price of the home and not put any money down. And that is restricted to only veterans and taking advantage of a VA program. But if you're doing the EasyBuy program, you probably already have equity in that land in some way, shape, or form. You could still look and talk to Wagon Hill about doing this. They have, because they do VA, they do USDA, they do Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, all the conventional programs out there, FHA that's out there, and they will literally shop and find out what's going to be and put different options together for you and say, hey, here's the rate on this one, but here's the fees associated with it. Here's the rate on this one, associated with that. Here's down payment. And what's best for you? And they have all those programs under one roof, which is something we've never had before. So it's a great advantage of talking to them. And for some people, the VA is the way to go. And for others, even if they are veterans, it just doesn't make sense because of some of the funding fees that are required.
Michael is saying, thank you. This is all new to me, but I know with a VA loan, there's no PMI. So not sure if that's possible without it.
Yeah, it is. You can still do it.
Yep. Because PMI is going to be anything less than 20%, or does it vary based on program?
Except for FHA, in which case, no matter what, you will have private mortgage insurance. They don't call it that; they call it something else, but it's PMI.
It's just non-removable. That's why it's not PMI.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, otherwise, yes, anything less than 20% equity, you will have to have some type of mortgage insurance. But it is stair-stepped relative to how much equity you have. In other words, someone financing 96.5% is going to have higher private mortgage insurance than someone financing, 81% loan to value. So hopefully that helps.
Okay. That makes sense. Virginia is saying, we have a Breckenridge on Richland Chambers Lake. We love our house by Tilson. Chance Pryor was amazing. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you for sharing that. Yes, y'all do. Y'all have a world record foundation too, I think. Or at least Tilson record.
Yeah. We got Denise saying, FYI, this is my dream lot, and we're not going to discuss the elephant in the room with the eggs and the balls. Gig 'em. We are not going to talk about that.
No need. No need. I will say,
sports free.
Guilty. That's why I missed last week's live. I was driving back with my tail between my legs from Omaha.
All right. Follow-up question on above. Is it cheaper to add a tub versus a full shower, assuming no major structural changes?
Yeah, the tub shower combo is going to be a less expensive add because there's just less labor, less tile to have to do. So, with a tub shower combo, the first 2 feet almost of the above the floor is all tub. So it's you don't have to do a shower pan. We don't have to. So because our tile showers that we do, the pan, the walls, everything is all tile. We don't use any fiberglass inserts or acrylic or anything like that, or cultured marble. We go back to the 90s. But the tub is going to be the bulk of that. So it is less expensive to do a tub shower combo than it is a full shower.
Okay. All right. Kevin is asking, is it possible to package the house build with the land as part of EasyBuy or using Wagon Hill, or would I have to buy the land first and then take out a mortgage when the house is completed?
You can, but it wouldn't be the EasyBuy program but we do have a one-time close program where you can do that. So you would, because you do have to close on that land. You have to be entitled to the land, and we have done some of those recently. So yes, the answer is we can do that. We can still make it where you wouldn't have any payments during construction on the home. You would have payments on that land draw, that land loan part. You need to make those payments because again, you got to close up front on that. But yes, we do have a program where you can close on the land and home up front, one-time close. That does lock in your interest rate. So there are some fees associated with that, but you do also get a one-time float down. So if rates do start to go down between now and when your home is finished, which will be 10 months to a year from when you start your paperwork, then you could actually float down with that rate. So you're not locking in you're locking in the ceiling of the rate, but you're not locking in the floor necessarily. So it's a really cool deal that Wagon Hill can do.
Okay. All right. And let's see. And Jose is, seconding that, yeah, we have programs out there to finance the land and the home too. Then we've got Denise asking, do you continue to make your land payments during construction? So yes, if you have a land loan, you are going to go ahead and continue to make those land payments unless you decided to go with a construction loan program for some reason, in which case you would be making the payments to the construction loan instead. But with us, if you're just on regular EasyBuy and you have a land loan, you are going to continue to make those land payments during construction. We're not going to refinance that down. Yesenia is asking, what is the percentage down for a one-time close?
Well, if you're a veteran, it's 0. So a VA program has 0 down. FHA, if you qualify, is 3.5% down. And then conventional is typically going to be a 5 to 10% down, depending on credit score and what program you're going under. But yeah, and Wagon Hill does all of those. So it could be even from 0 to probably 10%.
Okay, awesome. All right, well, let's take a look at the master suite and kind
Drop
of
in your
finish out,
questions.
this home tour, because I know there were people who came to see the house, so we want to make sure they get to see it. But yeah, y'all keep dropping in your
They
questions,
came
and
to
we will
talk to
answer
us,
every
Dawn.
single one.
And see the
I
house.
know, but I think the house was the main appeal, and that
Agreed.
you know, Barbara Ann clearly came to see my hair. But all right, here we go.
All right, Jack, here we are in the master bedroom. Why don't you tell me a little bit about this?
Sure. So we again wanted this on the opposite side of the house, which this plan offered us. It's a bigger bedroom, which we really like. It gives us more space to move around, and also definitely wanted to maximize view of the lake. So it worked really well on this side of the house. As you can see, there's a lot of big windows. We added a few. Actually, these two on either side of the bed we added, and also added this door to give us patio access. It extended the patio down to be able to get to the patio from our bedroom.
I think everything works well in this room as well. Great use of space.
Thank you.
And the natural light and the views, once again, are fantastic.
Only time the light's not as good as bright in the morning, because it wakes us up really early.
I can see that. I can see that. Well, you get more of the day to enjoy this place.
Absolutely.
So let's check out your master bathroom.
All right, Eli, welcome to our master bathroom here.
I can see y'all made a lot of custom changes to this bathroom. Why don't you tell me a little bit about them?
We did, yeah. The starting plan was a functional, good bathroom, but we wanted to make a few changes that fit us a little bit better. So you can see here, we extended the shower and added an extra shower head. That's always nice. We made a room for a bathtub. We wanted a jetted tub as well. And to do that, we made the closet a little bit smaller, actually. The closet was nice and big, but probably too big for what we needed. And also got rid of the separate toilet space. I know a lot of people like that, but we just kind of wanted the room for a bathtub to fit our needs a little bit better. Then the other changes, we did this in all the bathrooms. We haven't talked about it yet, but we got rid of the mirrors that came with the house and just had a blank canvas to add our own mirrors to add some fun to the bathrooms.
Yeah, everything works well. You can't ever have too large of a shower for sure. And then the large jetted tub is always nice to have. And these were all changes that Tilson were able to offer and accommodate easily during that process.
Exactly. Yeah, the tub was one that you could add on as a generic upgrade anyway, and then we made it a few extra customized changes to fit everything in here.
Awesome. Well, this space is functional and beautiful like the rest of the house. So let's go back to that kitchen and recap.
All right, let's do it.
Well, Jack, we finished up the tour of the home. We really appreciate y'all having us today. What stands out in this house is the extreme efficient use of space. The home is right under 2,200 square feet, and it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and everything flows well with the guests that y'all plan on having. I think it'll be functional for y'all.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, we moved in about 6 months ago, getting all our finishing touches in here, and I'm really enjoying the layout and the finishes that we chose, and really happy with our experience with Tilson, and excited to spend more time here and have a great view of the lake and enjoy the water.
Well, great. We're glad to hear that you had a great experience, and we appreciate y'all trusting us to build your home to make memories. Well, thank you, Jack. We appreciate y'all, and thank y'all for tuning in, and we hope to someday soon make y'all a part of the Tilson family.
All right, so here is that master bedroom. Like we talked about, they added a lot of windows to maximize that natural light. And then also, since they had that uncovered patio right off the master bedroom, they added an exterior door, French door, to access that space. So just a beautiful space where they get all that view. That, I mean, look out the windows, guys. Just look at the view. There's nothing more to say about this room. Just look at the view. All the windows. It's just gorgeous. In their master bathroom, like he was talking about, they made some changes to fit everything that they wanted without having to adjust the square footage on the house itself. So what they did was actually stole a little room from the walk-in closet. Since this is just a weekend home for them, they didn't need quite as much storage as they would need in their daily lives. So they stole some footage out of the closet and then used that space to kind of rearrange everything else. So they took what was the separate toilet room and actually moved the toilet over into some of that space that would have been the closet. And that gave them enough room to extend that shower and make it larger, put in an extra shower head like he was talking. So they had 2 shower heads in there, and then still have space for their soaker tub. So they managed to get everything that they wanted. And then the next picture is kind of what that looks like after they reconfigured that space. So you can see they've got that large, semi-frameless walk-in shower, as well as the dropped-in tub. And dual vanities, everything, still a great functional bathroom that they were able to fit within the space. So absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. So let's while we're on this one, I know there's another one, but
I'm gonna bring in Phyllis's question.
yeah, ask Phyllis's question real quick if you don't mind.
Yeah, so Phyllis is asking in the master bathroom of the Breckenridge, which looks very similar to this, is it possible to have the same tub without the wood front accents? Just a white fiberglass tub. Is there a cost or credit for the change?
Okay, so the answer is yes. We have, and you could probably look at, if you look at like the LaSalle. What else has the does the Paladuro have a
freestanding tub?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the Paladuro, it's actually in the wet room, but really what you'd be looking at with that is a freestanding tub. So what you're seeing in this one is a drop-in, soaker tub, and the wood that you're seeing isn't actually accents. Those are functioning cabinet doors. And that is, like Eric was mentioning, we have our own in-house warranty team. So we maintain our houses. So we know the things that can cause problems and not down the line. This is easy access to plumbing, honestly, is why that's there.
Yeah, and if I know Eli said maybe he said it had a jetted pump, so you for sure want to have access to the drain, which is likely on this other end over here. So you could probably accomplish that through the closet in here. We could put a panel in the closet, but if it is in fact a jetted tub and has a pump for jets, we have to have some type of access to be able to service that pump over time. So there's got to be a way to do that. We've done it with tile before as well, but yeah, it's a great question. What you're looking for is some type of a skirted tub. So this is just a drop-in tub. So the only part of the tub that looks like this is this part that you see. Underneath that is kind of an unfinished fiberglass and acrylic composite that doesn't look like something you'd want to be looking at. So you want to go like Dawn says, some type of a freestanding tub. We have rectangular, they have oval like this, and I don't know of any skirted tubs anymore that this size that are made. You might be able to get one in like a 60 by 42 or 72 by 42, but yeah, there is method to the madness.
We don't want to do it in tile because if something happens, we have to bust out the tile, and you don't want us doing that.
It won't match anyway, and all the
it's never gonna look the same. Just don't.
Great question.
And then I just wanted to share this again because we know that we are as Eric frequently says, the third wheel to the date. You guys fell in love with your land, not us. So guys, this is what this house is all about. As beautiful as a home as we created for them, it's so you guys can enjoy your property, and that's why we do what we do. So,
killer views.
Had to give a shout out to the view again.
Yeah, love it.
All
A few
right.
questions. I did want to take at least a moment and can we just celebrate Eli for a second? Like,
yes.
Is he the first
Everybody, big round of applause for Eli. Round of applause.
Amazing job. Amazing.
Yeah,
job.
he's the builder, guys, and he agreed to actually be on video and walk you through. And yeah,
I know Barbara Ann had nothing to say about mine or his hairdo, but I'm just saying there's something to it.
I almost felt like I need to say we do hire guys who have hair. They just won't be on video.
There are a few.
Yeah.
Well,
we have a couple, but it seems like we don't sometimes. But
Let's bring David on here in his long locks.
yes.
On.
It's just a rule on the show that nobody's hair can look better than mine. It's just how I roll. It's just how I roll.
All right, so I think there were one or two other little questions.
Yeah, there are one or two, and we do still kind of owe the explanation of EasyBuy. So
yes, we do.
We've got Jose saying, I highly recommend going to a Tilson location and view their models that they have available. Absolutely. The best way to see what we do is to come and experience our houses. So yeah, we've got 12 locations throughout the state, each with at least one model. Most have two. that you can walk through and see our product and talk to people. Then we've got Kevin, who's a follow-up question about the land house. If I've identified the piece of land I want to buy, what is the next step? I have a Tilson tour scheduled for this Saturday in Waxahachie. Well, that's the next step. That's a good one.
I would also go ahead and make contact with one of the team members at Wagon Hill. So either John or Jen or Jason. We keep it very simple. Reach out to one of them and tell them what you're looking at. When you do go to make the offer on the land, if you truly want to do an upfront closing on the land and house and everything, which you don't have to do it that way. You can close on the land if you want to, and go ahead and get that in your name, start making payments on that, and then do the house. Or you can do a one-time close on all of it. If you do the latter, we do need you to work into the offer with your broker, with your realtor, that you do this some type of a due diligence period. Minimum of 90 days is what I recommend. We need a 90-day due diligence period and permission from them for some third parties to go onto the property. So for us to go onto the property and help you do a site evaluation, you'll need to have a geotech go out there and do a geotechnical investigation on the site. So just be very upfront with the sellers of the land. Say, hey, we're doing a one-time close with this, and I recommend a 90-day due diligence period with maybe a 130-day extension built into that already. I'm not your realtor. I'm not currently a realtor anyway, but if I were one, that's what that would be our
advice. Yeah,
that would be my advice. So,
and then also whatever information you have about the property, bring it with you to the Waxahachie visit, because they can take a look. If you don't already have a survey, they might be able to pull it up online for you and just kind of take a look at where all your easements and setbacks and all of that kind of stuff is, so we can figure out, verify. I'm not sure how large of a piece of property it is, but verify that the home that you want to build is going to fit within the buildable area of the property, and also kind of give you their opinion on the lot if there's anything that they think you might want to think about with it.
Solid advice.
Yes. And then we've got Peyton saying, beautiful home and property, amazing couple, and the cutest puppy dogs that didn't make the video. Good job, Eli and Jack. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Beautiful. Impressive. And then we've got Jessica saying, I was just signed up for the Novia app by Alicia, and I'm so excited to have this opportunity to get photos sent of the property since we are out of state. Oh, wonderful. That's exciting. Yeah, we're starting to get everybody logged into the Novia Home app so that we can share more construction photos and things. And it's great for people who are out of state to be able to see the progress on their home.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Yesenia's asking for one-time close. Should we have our plans picked out first?
Oh, yes. Yeah, you need the plans picked out and all the changes made to it. So one-time close is a very different animal than EasyBuy. It is not the same thing. And so I can, I'll tell you that you need to have that picked out and the changes that you want made to the plan, because you can't going back and altering that loan amount is exceedingly difficult. It's not impossible, but it is very, very, very difficult to do. And so, yeah, you need to, it's a very different process where more of the decisions are made up front. Prior to, but I mean, there's still some due diligence phase, and you're not going to close on that loan, on that one-time close, until you're just about ready to go to construction. So we'll still do all the color selections and plan approvals and permitting and septic designs and engineering and all that kind of good stuff before you close on that construction loan. So.
Okay, awesome. Then we've got Kevin saying, thank you so much for these sessions, your time, and answering all my questions. See you on the next live. Thank you for tuning in, Kevin. Appreciate it.
I'll work on my hair. Just kidding.
You're going to come on next time, and Eric's going to have the most fabulous wig.
I have a wig. I have a Bob Ross wig.
Denise is asking how much time to get the completed plans after we've made our changes.
So that's a good question. It does depend a little bit on the complexity, but we're trying to turn them around in as little as 3 weeks. We've had some turn around quicker than that if they don't have a whole lot of changes made to them. But yeah, our target is 3 weeks or less to get the plans turned around from when you and your salesperson sit down and do all that, and they submit them to our design drafting team in either Austin or Houston, and then to when that team turns it around and has the completed plans done. So spur your sales consultant, and then don't make any changes.
Yeah, that's good. You're done. Wonderful. All right, that is the last question I see.
Well, hey, thank you all for joining us. We got some model homes that are almost done. The two in Angleton are very, very close. the one in Republic is really close. I saw it yesterday.
Really, really close. Yeah.
Incredible. It's a beautiful house. So the Lone Star model is it's basically, I think we're going to merchandise it next week. So it's going to be, it's going to be ready to go. And like I said, the ones in Angleton just about ready to go. I think we're moving our San Marcos people back into their design center this week. What a great week to move, by the way. What a fantastic time to
nice and cool.
and lovely
great
summer afternoons. So anyway, got a lot happening around the state. We do have in-person seminars. They are air conditioned, so that's happening.
We've got one this weekend in our spring office where they're going to talk about EasyBuy and the different financing options. So it'll be a good one to attend.
Quick 2-minute EasyBuy elevator speech. Dawn, go.
Okay, so EasyBuy is traditionally how the majority of Tilson homes are financed, and it is our no construction loan product. What it would require is 10% equity in the final value of your home. So that is the value of your house as the mortgage company is going to look at it. So it's going to be the cost of the house plus the cost of the land. So that's something that's important to keep in mind. That actual value is going to be determined by a third-party appraiser, like Eric mentioned, before we ever go under construction. But we would look for you to have 10% equity. So own 10% of whatever that value is already in the property. Assuming that you do, all you're going to pay us is your $3,000 down payment. And then you will have no interest, no payments, no additional fees or anything until we are completely done building your house. So Tilson, in that respect, Tilson is actually paying for the construction of your home out of our own money. There's no third party lender involved in that at all. And so that's, the way that most of our homes have been financed historically and the way we did it. And that was something that program we came up with many, many years ago to allow people to have more access to financing in the rural areas and where we built. Since then, we have found that there are other financing programs like the ones that Eric's been talking about that require less equity. So if you don't have 10%, or if you're looking to buy your land at the same time and all of that. So that's why we've started introducing these other construction loan products that you can use. And really, it's whichever product works best for you. So that's why we would encourage you to reach out to our friends at Wagon Hill and kind of see, they can run all the scenarios with you and tell you what's the best product, because the best loan product for you is whichever one gets you in your house the fastest with the least money out of pocket is going to be my recommendation. So that's kind of EasyBuy in a nutshell, and then why we're talking about programs other than EasyBuy.
You almost made it. Almost.
Did I
knew
go
I
over 2
couldn't do
minutes?
2 minutes. That's why I put it on to you.
I got close. You
nailed it. All right. So, folks, thank you for joining us today. Obviously, we are grateful that you are here. Where does Barbara send pictures?
Barbara, you can send us pictures here on Facebook. If they won't upload through Facebook for whatever reason, you can email us at tilsonnews@tilsonhome.com.
Yep. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you for watching. Thank you to the Johnson family for sharing your home with us. Thank you, Eli,
Absolutely.
for taking the courage, leading the way. Award-winning builder, by the way, for leading the way on that. Man, you did a great job. Thank you for doing that. Multifaceted. He's the Swiss Army knife of Tilson. He really is. He can do it all.
He is. He's great.
He can do it all. So thank you all for watching us. Obviously, it doesn't end here. We got a website that's open 24/7. We got 12 design centers open 7 days a week with model homes. We'd love to tour you through, show you all of our color room selections, all the ways you can make the home your own. We have new home specialists on standby with the website, looking to have high-level conversations with you and get you an appointment set. We have Wagon Hill Home Loans that can talk to you about all things living. I didn't tell you already. Kevin, definitely reach out to them and make contact before your appointment in Waxahachie. They can give you a little more lay of the land on that.
This is John's information if you need it.
There's John Powers at the Wagon Hill Home Loans, so he can answer those questions as well. And we got a YouTube channel that's got tons and tons and tons of videos just like this one, and hundreds of others that are on there. We got an Instagram page, we got a Facebook page, we got a community of people standing by ready to help you answer all these questions that have been here and done that, actual customers. So we want to hear from you guys and help you on this journey. So we hope to see you next time, and we really soon hope to make you part of the Tilson family. We'll see y'all later.
Bye, everybody.